Hello there everybody, how is it going and how have you been? I am EuclideanSqd, and we're back here in Duel Links for the release of the next mini-box, Secrets of the Ancients. Now, I've already grabbed my 500 gems off camera, but one thing I want to mention is that the box actually released a day ago as of the time I'm recording this. I wasn't actually able to record it the night that it released, but this is the next best I can do. So, without further ado, let's head into the shop. The shop interface has changed a little bit. Things have now been sort of broken up, so you can search by just boxes, just structure decks, specific items, or must buy, which is generally going to be the newest things in the shop. But regardless, let's just start opening up packs. I think I might do... let's do 40 packs and see where we are. So, in the first pack, we get Dark Spider. Ooh, the Spider archetype is in. Interesting. Anyway, Dark Spider, a 1-star dark insect effect with 0 attack and defense. Once per turn, you can increase the level of one face-up insect-type monster you control by 2 until the end phase. So you could make this thing a 3-star. You could make something else increase by 2, but it has to be a 2, so keep that in mind. Valeraphon, Mystical Beast of the Forest, a 2-star Beast Tuner, 400 attack, 900 defense. You can discard one card, then target one level 2 or lower Beast-type monster in your graveyard except Valeraphon. Special summon it in attack position or face-down defense position. You can only use this effect of Valeraphon once per turn. Now, one thing I noticed is that this thing is called Mystical Beast of the Forest. There is something you can get as a duel reward, or a PvP reward for cashing in a card ticket. I don't remember if it's a rare or a super rare, but I think it's called something like Kalantosa, Mystical Beast of the Forest, or something like that. But I remember that its effect said something to the degree of, if it's special summoned through a beast-type monster's effect, destroy a card. And this thing special summons beasts, so I guess there's synergy there if you happen to have picked up Kalantosa, again I think is what it's called. I can't remember. Anyway, Spiritual Forest, a continuous spell card. Each turn, the first face-up beast, beast warrior, or plant-type monster you control that will be destroyed by battle is not destroyed. Okay. Nice little card there. You have Unihorned Familiar, 2-star Beast Tuner, 0 attack, 100 defense. When this face-up defense position card is selected as an attack target, you can remove from play one monster you control other than this card to remove this card from play. Right? The attacking monster must attack. During your next standby phase, if this card was removed from play by this effect, this card returns to the field. So you have to remove from play something else and it, and the opponent's monster still has to attack. I feel like there's something there, but I'm not sure. Berserking, a continuous trap card. Once per turn during your main phase or your opponent's battle phase, you can select 2 face-up beast-type monsters on the field. Until the end of turn, one of the selected monsters loses half of its attack, and the other monster gains an equal amount of attack. Alright, so basically a little bit of power transfer. I suppose you get to use that to protect something particularly important if you're afraid your opponent might attack it. Probably lose the other monster, but you also get Super Rush Recklessly, a trap card. Target one beast-type monster you control and one monster your opponent controls. Destroy the first target, and if you do, shuffle the second target into the deck. Alright, that's very nice board removal. Doesn't destroy, so it doesn't set off protection effects. And did we get an ultra rare in the first 10? Maybe. We got a Dark Spider, which is a duplicate. We got Hypnicorn. 4-star Beast. Starting to get an idea of what the theme of this box is. When this card is normal summoned, if your opponent controls a monster and you control no other monsters, you can target one set spell trap card on the field, destroy that target. Alright, that's not bad. Low stats, only 1400 attack, but gets to destroy a set spell trap card for free. It's not bad. And we did. Junk Synchron is now available as an actual card that anybody can use. Prior to this box, the only way to use Junk Synchron was to use Yusei's special Mark of the Dragon skill. But anyway, Junk Synchron is a level 3 warrior tuner. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in defense position, but it has its effects negated. This thing is perfect for synchro summoning lower level synchro monsters. Oh yeah, and it's got 1300 attack and 500 defense. But anyway, there's Ground Spider, a 4-star insect, 0 attack, 1500 defense. Once per turn, if you control this face-up defense position monster when your opponent normal or special summons a monster, you can change that monster to defense position. Okay. So it slows your opponent's offense a little bit. That's good. Pardon me, I'm going to slide the mic just a teeny tiny bit closer. I hope that didn't come through. Anyway, Dark Artist, a 3-star fiend, 600 attack, 1400 defense. If this card is being attacked by a light monster, its defense is halved during damage calculation only. Okay, so it has its own defense if it gets attacked by a light monster. I don't know why or how you'd use that, but okay. And Mother Spider, a 6-star insect, 2300 attack, 1200 defense. If you have only insect-type monsters in your graveyard, you can send 2 face-up defense position monsters your opponent controls to the graveyard and special summon this card from your hand. Very nice effect. Combos up pretty well with that Ground Spider that puts your opponent's monsters in defense mode. If you have other things that can force them into defense mode, you can use that. Very mean card. The fact that you can get rid of your opponent's monsters to summon it. Very nice. Anyway. Bicorn M. I'm guessing I pronounced that right. 4-star beast, 800 attack, 1600 defense. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material monster for a synchro summon, send the top 2 cards from your opponent's deck to the graveyard. Okay, so a little bit of milling. Average stats. You could probably do something with it. Self-mummification. Quick play spell, select one monster you control and send it to the graveyard. Okay. And get Ally of Justice Light Gazer, an 8-star tuner, or an 8-star synchro. Machine type, 2400 attack, 1600 defense. 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters. This card gains 200 attack for each light monster in your opponent's graveyard. So, not bad. Very situational, and I don't know of any cards that change the attributes of things in the graveyard, so unless you're fighting off against a very specific deck, probably not going to be that useful. Oh, good lord, they added urgent tuning to the game and it's a normal. Okay. Alright, Konami, sure. Urgent tuning is a trap card that says, during the battle phase, immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon 1 synchro monster using monsters you control. So, yeah, if you have a good tuner and a good regular monster on the field, you can attack with both of those, then use urgent tuning to just pop out a synchro monster and attack again. You can do this during your opponent's battle phase to protect your monsters. It's a fairly versatile trap card. Very surprised it's normal, honestly. We've got another Unicorn Familiar and Bird of Roses, a 4-star plant. Okay. 1800 attack, 1500 defense. When this face-up attack position card is destroyed by battle with an opponent's attacking monster and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 2 plant-type tuner monsters from your deck in face-up defense position. Alright, that helps out both Akiza and Luna, considering the tuners added to their decks with their skills are plant types. So, that's good. Only downside is if you have drawn either one, this thing's effect can't go off, so you'll need to find other plant-type tuners to kind of bolster that number. Another Bicorn M. Relinquished Spider. 2-star insect. 300 attack, 500 defense. If you have 4 or more insect-type monsters in your graveyard, you contribute this card to destroy all face-up defense position monsters your opponent controls. Okay then. And Savage Coliseum. A field spell. If a monster attacks at the end of the damage step, its controller gains 300 life points. All monsters must attack if able. During each end phase, destroy all face-up attack position monsters the turn player controls that did not declare an attack. Alright. I actually remember this from the 5D's anime. That seems a bit sort of counterintuitive, the fact that it says all monsters must attack, but destroy anything that doesn't attack. This works pretty well with the reptilian monsters from the previous box that make your opponent's attack points 0. Although, to be fair, in the anime it was more that anything with 0 attack was not allowed to attack, whereas in this game you still can attack with something that has 0 attack points, so still not quite as good. Although, as I think of it, this combos very well with Mask of the Accursed. So your opponent summons their big scary monster, you put Mask of the Accursed on it, and if you don't want to risk them getting rid of it for the burn damage, you can just play Savage Coliseum, and it'll blow up their monster for you. Pros and cons. Interesting card all the same. Anyway. Inmado, a 3-star plant, 1400 attack. When one other face-up plant-type monster is targeted by the effect of a spell or trap card your opponent controls, you contribute this card to draw 2 cards. Alright. Summon Breaker, a field spell. During the main phase, it says main phase 1, but there's only the main phase in this game. If the turn player successfully conducts their 3rd summon of a monster this turn, it becomes the end phase. Okay. That's interesting. Because I've seen some Amazoness decks summon a bunch of monsters. This doesn't really work that well against Anki, just because I've seen more people use Mask Change during the battle phase, not the main phase. Oh, this actually is a very hard counter to For Hires as well, because it basically says you're only allowed 2 at a time, or your turn ends. Interesting. Anyway. And then we got a duplicate Hypnocorn, which was only marked as new because it was glossy when the other one wasn't. Elefun. 2-star Beast Tuner, 500 attack, 300 defense. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can select one of your level 3 or lower Beast type, Beast Warrior type, or Winged Beast type monsters that is removed from play and add it to your hand. Okay. Chain Dog. It's adorable. 4-star Beast, 1600 attack, 1100 defense. Cannot be used as a synchro material except for the synchro summon of a Beast-type monster. If this card is in the graveyard, you can special summon this card, and if you do, banish it when it leaves the field. You must control exactly 2 Beast-type monsters to activate and to resolve this effect. Okay, so it's basically saying that if you have 2 beasts, one of which is a tuner, you could special summon this thing from the graveyard and then synchro for your Beast-type synchro right away. Key Mouse. A 1-star Beast Tuner. 100 attack and defense. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 level 3 or lower Beast-type monster from your deck to your hand. Pretty sure that includes Chain Dog, because even though I just saw it, I can't remember if it was a 3 or a 4. Okay, I was about to say, if we got 2 Ultra Rares in the first 10 packs. Dark Artist, Unicorn Familiar. Traptrix Attracts. Alright. Insect Monster, 1800 attack, 1000 defense. This card is unaffected by the effects of whole normal trap cards. You can activate whole normal trap cards from your hand. The activation and effects of normal trap cards activated on your side of the field cannot be negated. Oh my god, I want more of these. That is so good. Oh, man. Floodgate from your hand. Void from your hand. Treacherous Trap Hole from your hand. Wow. And on top of that, it's got really good stats, too. Oh, man, I need more of these. I need more trap tricks. That thing is awesome. Alright, so that was the first 10, and actually, because I am now curious, Chain Dog is a level 4, so you cannot summon it with Key Mouse like I thought, so never mind that. There we go. Somehow I managed to click on a card that I already grabbed, so no spoilers. Anyway. Battle Instinct, a trap card. Activate only when your opponent declares direct attack and you control no monsters. Special summon one level 4 or lower beast-type monster from your hand in face-up attack position. Very nice. Another Elephant, and now I have Justice Light Gazer. Battle Instinct, Moja. 1-star beast, 100 attack and defense. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can add one level 4 beast-type monster from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, so it recovers monsters that you may have lost. Then we have... Ugh. Oh, sorry, dry spot on my throat. Hold on. Oh, I was just talking, and then all of a sudden throat's just like, nope, I'm done. Anyway. 4-star, insect type, 500 attack, 1800 defense. Interesting. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard by a card effect, take control of one defense position monster your opponent controls. Oh, like the self-mummification card. Okay, so if you manage to put something good of your opponent's in defense mode, you can then use self-mummification, send Informer Spider from your field to the graveyard, take control of that defense position monster. And that's a permanent change, too, so you just keep it afterwards. Alright. I want to try out these spiders. They seem cool. Dark Artist, Summon Breaker, Mind Mole. A 3-star beast, 1000 attack, 1200 defense. Once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. Alright. If this card is sent to the graveyard as Synchro Material monster of a beast-type monster, draw a card. If this card is removed from the field by your opponent's card effect, remove this card from play. Alright, so I don't remember what it was, but there's some other beast that says you can remove from play beast-type monsters with it, so I guess it's meant to work with Mind Mole. I don't remember what it was, but anyway. Dark Spider, Valeraphon, Spiritual Forest, so first pack of nothing but duplicates. Spider, Monoceros, or Monoceros? 3-star beast, 1000 attack and defense. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card can only be special summoned by removing from play one spell card from your hand. When you Synchro Summon using this card and a Beast-type Tuner monster as the Synchro Material monsters, you can select one Beast-type Tuner monster used for the Synchro Summon and special summon it from the graveyard. Okay, so I guess, say you have a level 2 Beast Tuner and this thing, Synchro Summon for a level 5, then immediately revive that Beast-type Tuner, and Synchro Summon again for a level 7. I guess is the idea. Okay. King of the Beasts. A 7-star beast, 2500 attack, 800 defense. You contribute one face-up Moja you control to special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. There can only be one face-up King of the Beasts on the field. Okay, so I guess that's what Moja is supposed to help you with, as well as recovering beasts from your graveyard. Beast Soul Swap. A trap card. Target one beast-type monster you control. Return it to the hand, and if you do, special summon one beast-type monster from your hand with the same level as the monster that was returned to the hand. Okay. I'm assuming that would let you special summon the same monster. There might be some weird thing with how the effects play out that means you, like, say I'm going to return a level 4 monster to my hand, I may need a level 4 beast in my hand already before the game will let me use this. I'm not sure. but this will get you around any sort of nasty equip cards that your opponent may have put on them. You can use this during the battle phase, so attack with something, then return it to your hand and special summon it back onto the field and attack again. So, interesting trap. We got another Monoceros, and Verdant Sanctuary! I remember this card. I used to have this. I still have this card somewhere. I used to play an insect deck in real life, but anyway. A continuous spell card. When a face-up insect-type monster is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, its controller can add one insect-type monster with the same level as the destroyed monster from their deck to their hand. Very good for replacing your cards. Willing to bet it works out pretty well with the spiders, for example. I remember my real-life insect deck. It took advantage of that and Howling Insect and Gokapon, which were both insects that searched out other cards which could be themselves other insects. So basically each one was able to get me 2 cards out of my deck. It was a really nice deck building strategy, but anyway. Another Dark Artist, another Valera Fawn. Ape Magician. 3-star beast, 800 attack, 1200 defense. Cannot be special summoned. Once per turn, if this card is in face-up attack position, you can send one monster from your hand to the graveyard to target one face-up defense position monster your opponent controls. Take control of it until the end phase. It cannot change its battle position this turn. Okay. I guess if you had a second normal summon somehow, you could use Ape Magician, take your opponent's monster, and then tribute it. Seems kind of weird, but whatever. Sorry for starting right into the mic. I'm trying to get better about not doing that, but it's bleh. Anyway, Ground Spider, Thunder Unicorn, a 5-star beast, 1 beast type tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters, 2200 attack, 1800 defense. Once per turn during your main phase, you can select one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 500 attack for each monster you control until the end phase. During the turn this effect is activated, no other monsters can attack except this card. Okay. So you can make something lose up to 1500 attack points, but only Thunder Unicorn gets to attack that turn if you use it, so fair trade-off. Alright. And Traptrix Dionea? Huh. This one's a plant. Wasn't the other one an insect? Anyway. 1700 attack, 1100 defense. This card is unaffected by the effects of whole normal trap cards. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one Traptrix monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in defense position. When this card is special summoned, you can target one whole normal trap card in your graveyard. Set that target, but banish it during the end phase of your next turn if it is still on the field. You can only use this effect of Traptrix Dionea once per turn. Very interesting monsters. So, I suppose if you had a second Dionea, normal summon the one in your hand, special summon the one that was in your graveyard, and you can recover a whole trap card that way, while still having 2 1700 attack point monsters. Very interesting cards. There I go, covering up my mouth with my hand, because I'm thinking. Greed Grado. Looks like they're synchros or tuning with Pot of Greed. Quick play spell. Activate only if you destroyed a face-up synchro monster controlled by your opponent this turn, either by battle or by card effect. Draw 2 cards. Alright. Probably not going to be used all that much, just because if you're fighting somebody who doesn't have synchros, doesn't do you any good. Elephant and Chariot Mado. A 2-star plant tuner. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon up to 2 Inmado monsters from your deck. They cannot be used as synchro material monsters this turn. Alright, that's fine. You set Cherry Inmado, your opponent attacks it, you special summon 2 Inmados, and you can synchro summon them on your turn. Alright. Beast Soul Swap, Dark Spider, and another Key Mouse. Alright. Let's go ahead and get another 10. See what other interesting cards are waiting in this box. Self-Mummification, Unicorn Familiar, Ape Fighter. 4-star beast, 1900 attack, 1200 defense. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, this card gains 300 attack. Excuse me. If this card does not attack during your turn, the attack gained from this effect returns to 0 during the end phase of that turn. Okay, so it has to constantly attack or else it loses the buff it gets. That's interesting. Alright. Another familiar, 8 Magician, Thunder Unicorn, Soul Swap, Mummification, Bird of Roses, Instinct, Mummification, Mother Spider, Beast Striker, 4-star Beast, 1850 attack, 400 defense. Once per turn, you can discard one card to special summon one Moja from your deck. Interesting. Lock Cat, 3-star Beast, so this thing can be summoned with Key Mouse. When this card is normal summoned, you can select one level 1 Beast-type monster in your graveyard and special summon it in face-up defense position. Its effects are negated. Alright, so Key Mouse can summon this, but it can't then revive Key Mouse, so... Right. 8 Magician, which is another duplicate. Dark Spider, Informer Spider, Inmado, Soul Swap, 8 Magician, and we're burning through the packs now. Chain Dog, Egotistical Ape, a 5-star tuner, 1200 attack, 1200 defense. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card can only be special summoned by sending one Beast-type monster from your hand to the graveyard. When this card is special summoned this way, you can activate one of these effects. Increase the level of this card by the level of the Beast-type monster, or decrease the level of this card by the level of the Beast-type monster. Okay, so you can adjust the level a little bit, but probably still kind of tricky to Synchro summon with that. And we get another Super Rush Recklessly. Battle Instinct, Urgent Tuning, and I just realized, yes, okay, I am recording, just want to make sure. Mother Smiter, Relinquish Spider, Chain Dog, 8 Magician, and that's the set of 30. Yeah, let's go ahead and get one more set of 10. Got a lot of duplicates in that last set, so... Mummification, Spider... Artist, Chain Dog, Spiritual Forest, Beast Striker, Relinquish Spider, Delta Flyer, a 3-star Dragon Tuner with 1500 attack and 900 defense. Let me get the mouse out of the way. Once per turn, you can select one other face-up monster you control and increase its level by 1. Okay, so nice effect to help you Synchro summon. Mummification, Valeraphon, Egotistical Ape, Ground Spider, Urgent Tuning, King of Beasts, Moja, Spiritual Forest, Summon Breaker, Greed Grado, Ape Fighter, Soul Swap, Mummification, Ape, Breaker, King of the Beasts. I mean, I know this is a mini box, but have I really, gotten a copy of every rare and normal already? Greed Grado, Ape Fighter, Super Rush Recklessly. You know what, that one went by really fast. I'm going to get another set of 10. We're going to buy out half the box, and then I'll check and see what I'm missing. Dark Spider, Egotistical Ape, Soul Swap, Relinquish Spider, King of the Beasts, Beast Striker, Artist, Bird of Roses. You might have gotten another super rare. Urgent Tuning, Summon Breaker, Gigantes. 4-star Rock, 1900 attack, 1300 defense. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing one Earth monster from your graveyard. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. That does include yours, so do be careful when you have Gigantes out, but it's a very nice effect. Valeraphon, Monoceros, Mind Mole, Lock Cat, Dark Artist, Savage Colosseum, Familiar, Soul Swap, Ape Magician. Yeah, I think I've gotten a copy of every rare and normal already. Beast Striker, Dark Spider, Ally of Justice Light Gazer, Cat, Familiar, Cherry and Mado, Chain Dog, Hypnicorn, Thunder Unicorn. I guess so. Alright then. Now, that was half the box, so let's go ahead and see what we were missing. So in terms of the ultra rares, there is Luna's Signature Dragon, Ancient Fairy Dragon. As I kind of implied with that last sentence, up until the release of this box, the only way to use Ancient Fairy Dragon in a duel, it would be to have Luna's special Mark of the Dragon skill equipped, but now anybody can use Ancient Fairy Dragon. And it is a 7-star, 2100 attack, 3000 defense dragon synchro monster. Accepts any tuner and one or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your hand, but you cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. Once per turn, you can destroy as many field spell cards on the field as possible, and if you do, gain 1000 life points, then you can add a field spell card from your deck to your hand. So, very interesting monster. Very interesting that you can sort of filter through field spells like that to recover life points, so probably a bit better for more stally defensive decks, but anyway. And then the other ultra rare is Armada's Keeper of Boundaries. A 5-star Fiend Synchro with 2300 attack and 1500 defense. Accepts any tuner and one or more non-tuner monsters. If this card attacks or is attacked, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. Okay, so it's basically got the effect that pretty much all the Ancient Gear monsters do. It gets to attack without worrying about getting hit by a spell or a trap card. Or a monster effect, actually, but anyway. Oh, Powered Insectron. I just quickly skimmed over the effect, and even though it says Insect, it doesn't seem to have anything to do with the Insector monsters that came out a few boxes ago. Anyway, a 6-star Machine Synchro, 2500 attack, 1600 defense. 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuners. When this card is Synchro summoned, this turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. Also, you take no damage. Very good. Very good, so it just gets to attack without worry on the first turn. And even if your opponent buffs something up strong, to be stronger than it, it doesn't die and you don't take any recoil damage, so very cool. Trident Warrior, a 4-star warrior with 1800 attack and 1200 defense. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one level 3 monster from your hand. So if you have a level 3 tuner, for example. Very nice card. Then we have Gene Warped Warwolf, a 4-star beast warrior with 2000 attack but 100 defense. Just a regular old normal monster, nothing else really to say. Really beefy normal monster too, though, so if you're looking for some power, hopefully you get one. Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare, a trap card. When a monster that was special summoned this turn activates its effect on your opponent's side of the field, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy that card. Alright then, and what's more is that this is a normal trap card that has Hole in the name, so if you control, what was her? Traptrix Altrax, or Atrax, you can just activate this thing right from your hand. So, very specific, the monster has to have been special summoned this turn, and it has to activate its effect, but you just negate the effect and destroy it. Very nice. Then the last of the super rares is Lairwire, another normal trap. Remove from play 1 insect-type monster from your graveyard, select 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy the selected monster. Very nice trap card. There are so many super rares in this box that I really want. Oh my goodness. Anyway. And yeah, looks like I got one of every normal and rare too, so that's every card that's in the Secrets of the Ancient box. I'm a little surprised that I finished it up so fast. Usually these episodes take me anywhere from like 10 to 15 minutes longer, but let's just go ahead and start ending it here. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all had a great time, and I hope you all have a great day. And I We'll see you all next time.